Hi everyone, Luna Gamer Alex here, and this is YosUki and Games. And I'm alone in my game room. I live stream every single one of my gaming sessions since 2010, and I have been saving them to my YouTube channel. I do this to allow me to take a glimpse back at all of my gaming adventures, sort of a detailed observations of my life as a gamer. The session is starting now, and I thank you for watching.
It is done. No stopping now.
Wait, just a random playlist sitting there.
Onwards.
It can be equipped.
March on. No stopping now.
Necklace of double crosses. Seven total. One, two, three, four, five, six. He didn't even say anything about the crossbow.
It is done. Follow me.
Oh, we just need one more. What? Pillage the Temple of the Elk? Sounds crazy. Prevents pillaging the temple. But I thought, so this is what's confusing about the Temple of the Elk, because I thought that they wanted to do something with the temple before we do anything else, but I really hate the thought of building places of worship in my land. Center of Erastil worship. Seems kind of redundant. But if you wish to gain a useful ally in place of worship for Erastil. But I don't want no places of worship. I don't know about expanding my land at this point because they're not telling you much about this. No, I will just build a temple, I guess. Okay, so canceling this project will fund 90. So this is in the works, end in 60 days. So what am I supposed to do in the meantime? So you can only do one project at a no. Oh, you can do multiple projects unless you have multiple people to handle it. Okay. Yeah, we don't have Lindsay. I guess Lindsay would have taken the treasurer, but I hated that character so much.
No stopping now.
Oh, yeah.
Onwards. Arrest is in
Hello, my savior. You asked if we'd meet again, and here I am.
She sounds mega horny. A savory aroma of herbs and flowers is the first thing that lets you know that your longtime acquaintance is here. The nymph looks at you in a strange way, like she's never looked at you. Oh no. Is she also a love interest?
I see your fate has changed since last we met. Now you are the ruler who will determine the destiny of these lands. I am their living heart, the whisper of the wind, the strength of rivers, the luxuriant growth of the meadows. Do you wish to touch this power? I will show you a place where we can finally meet in flesh, you and I. Deep in the woods, there is an old mossy ruins long abandoned, nearly swallowed by the thicket. There is an old tree growing among the stones in the yard, which I remember as a seed. A shadow under its green crown I call my verdant chambers. Visit me there, my lady. And come alone. A nymph's reward awaits you.
Come alone? Wait, I wish to ask you something.
Forgive me. Nymphs are not made for cities. The noise and vanity of human settlements vex me. I will answer all your questions, but there, in the silence of my asylum.
I was happy to help. I'll see you soon in the verdant chambers. The fuck chamber. Just call it the fuck chamber.
So long. I will await you there, as the ground waits for spring under the heavy winter's snow.
When she said that we're supposed to go there alone, does that mean that once we get into the chambers, our Alice is gonna wait outside? Does it mean that we have to go into that map alone? Why do I have to guess these things? Ugh. While the Baroness was busy with the council, sad news arrived from the capital. The last good barn fell apart. Okay. Kingdom Quest. Alright. See, they have that there's a curse right now over at the Sarayan Barony will be attacked by an ancient. Okay, so they're not saying it's from the Temple of the Elk. They're just saying that there's a curse that's going to be attacking the barony. Okay. So it's independent from the Temple of the Elk task. Options that we got, whether to loot it or to recover it. I thought this is all done. Oh, it is. Okay. We need to go back to that riverbed to tell that zombie that we killed the stag lord. Okay.
March on.
So how do I build a barn? Can we really loot people's homes, your citizens' homes?
It is done.
I think there was I'm trying to remember. I think there is a screen where you can access the build menu. I just don't remember where that is. Let's try to see what I have here. Who are these people? Oh, merchants. You see a dark-skinned, wiry man with a weather-beaten face, a happy smile on his face. He is dressed luxuriously, and his dark hair and neat mustache exquisitely coiffed. The man bows to you, spreading his arms a little. Hasuf from Absalom is happy to welcome you, Your Grace. Come, take a look at the best wares the traveling merchants have to offer. Please take a look. My pleasure, Your Grace. The merchant smooths his mustache and commences his story with an air of importance, speaking in a sonorous voice, gesturing widely. Hasuf's family was not rich, and he, as many in Absalom, had to start from the very bottom. As a child, while his peers chased pigeons and stole apples at the market, he worked at the tannery. Oh, I can still smell this disgusting stench. The man pulls out a heavily perfumed handkerchief and waves it in the air. While the young apprentice worked hard, saved every coin, and soon managed to purchase that tannery from his former master. Then, as soon as he had enough money, he opened his own trading agency. After 10 years, countless deals, and many tours in his caravan, Hasuf was one of the most successful merchants in Absalom, thus writing his name indelibly in the history of the great city. The merchant looks at you with pleasure. Well, how was that? I'm looking for a writer so I can dictate my memoirs. I think many would find it interesting and useful to learn more about me. What is the secret of his success? Hasuf. There is no secret. Perseverance, strength of character, attention to detail, the gift of persuasion, charm. All this, among many other things, are key to success in my profession. But if I did have a secret, who would I be to share it with anyone? The merchant laughs merrily, his hands rubbing his sides. Why did you leave Absalom, the center of global trade, for some young barony in the stolen lands? This is a long story. I don't think your grace would be interested. Come, tell me why you left Absalom, I insist. The merchant groans theatrically. Very well, as you wish, your grace. It was about a woman. It's always about pussy. It's disgusting. When I was still young, I fell in love with the daughter of a judge, an important person in Absalom. So many years I tried to win her heart, but she was cold as stone. I should have given up, but this is not in my character. In the end, I did manage to win her love, but I was unready for it. His soup swallows and rubs the back of his head, as Abadar is my witness. God of walls and ditches. I already read this, I think. The flames of hell burn inside this woman. I could not live with her for even 6 months. Tenderness and passion one day, screaming and scandal the next. Sometimes she would break into my office during business meetings to make a jealous scene. And sometimes pull me by my collar from the finest taverns in town. I couldn't sleep. I was nervous all the time. It started to affect my business. I realized there was nothing else to do but run. Leaving her and remaining in the city would be impossible, even in such a city as Absalom. I decided never to return, and I still fear that wildcat of a woman will follow my trail. Asuf stops talking and stares into space without blinking. Although sometimes, after a couple of jars of wine, I still remember her. Perhaps it was I who unleashed this tornado in her, if somehow I behaved differently. Where are these solo? Oh, crap. Oh no. Oh, we're supposed to keep these. Yeah, I have junk to sell anymore. Well, that's for expert antiquity collector. I guess I can sell these spells because I'm not even using them really. Might be a good idea. They're very light though, so. Guess I don't have anything to sell.
Follow me.
A young dwarf, red-haired, neat, and surprisingly clean-shaven, stands leaning against a sledgehammer. He's busy reading some book, but as you approach, he looks up and bows slightly. Greetings, Your Grace. I'm Verdel, a blacksmith. What can I do for you? What is there to tell, Your Grace? I'm a blacksmith. My father was a blacksmith. My grandfather was a blacksmith, and his grandfather too. Besides, every one of them were remarkably fertile, so I have plenty of cousins, second cousins, third cousins, and all of them are blacksmiths too. Pretty much all the weapons in Nivan were forged by someone from our family. That's why I moved away from the old home grounds. My skills are much useful here, that's for sure. Nivan is one of the most stable of the river kingdoms. It began as a refuge for the Aldori sword lords who fled Raslan during the rule of Coral the Conqueror. Many swordlings settled there in Nivan, bringing with them the experience and knowledge of the ancient discipline of the sword lords. Warriors from far away, as Garoons, make pilgrimages to Nivan to study their secrets. To earn the right to stay, the applicant must pass a series of increasingly difficult duels. Unusual for a dwarf. Verdel sighs and runs his fingers through his hair. You expect to see a beard, eh? No offense, but what's the point of a beard? That's what I always say. What's the point of a beard? It's just there to catch shit particles when you go boo-boo. That's all the beard is for. There's no point to a beard. Especially when you're a blacksmith working with fire. You burn it once, dip it into lighting oil, and catch a spark from the forge, and your beard is history. You're better off without one. What are you reading? Widow looks a little confused. Well, different things. It's nice to take a rest with a good book. Just now it's Valor and Honor, 10 Adventures of the Splendid Wellas Gundisum in Absalom. Those weapons, armor. One of vanish. Okay.
Onwards.
There's one more person here I can talk to. Sarsi. The tiefling girl looks as though she is made of springs. She cannot stand still for a moment. She nods her head, snaps her fingers, and taps her feet to an inner whirling song. Seeing you, she quickly waves her hand and breaks into a wide smile. Immediately starts jabbering. Your Grace, welcome. What you want? Scrolls? I have them. You won't regret it. My supply is I'll bring more scrolls for sale. If you manage to attract more mages to your land, more mages, more demand, and more goodies for you. So go build some libraries and we'll both profit from it. Can you perhaps speak a little bit more slowly? Sure, as you wish. Who are you? Zarsi, the Lord Gobbler, at your service. The girl bows with a wide smile. Best spells, charms, jinxes, and hexes for the best baroness across all the river kingdoms. Buy it all and don't be stingy. You won't regret it. Where your goods come from? It's a family business. I have got siblings across all Mendath. They pinch they're very creative suppliers, and I tell you, I sell it all. Get it now, don't hesitate. My goodies regret. What? They're very creative suppliers. and I sell it. Get it now, don't hesitate. My goodies. Re-gray it. What? My goodies gray it. Great. What? Okay. You'll be back, I know. The girl waves her hand and laughing. Oh, what does she sell? Oh, scrolls and shit. Oh, because she said that mages, she did mention that.
No stopping now.
This is all of our land. Oh, hold on. Octavia. Are they out here now? How do you like it in my party? I think it's grand. You're having a fine gang of lunatics here. I myself am no noble from high society. But seriously, Octavia and I never even dream of a leader like you. We imagine we'd sit in the woods and rob wagons, maybe join a band of mercenaries. We never expected to become a henchman of a local ruler. Not to mention, such a pretty one. You love this old hag. Rigongar winks at you playfully. Are you serious? We will not joke like that. What happened if I happen to like you too? The half-orc approaches you slowly and locks eyes with you. And what if it's not a joke, huh? After a pause, he steps back and laughs hardly. I'm joking. Or am I? We can discuss it later, another time and place. Just fuck already. So long. If you want to know anything else, just ask. Don't be shy. Just don't go pale when I answer. They were supposed to have a three-way with me, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. Oh, let's see if Tristan is feeling flirty. Oh, he lives here now? Oh no, they're just standing outside. No, he's not feeling flirty.
How may I serve you?
He's ugly anyway. Oh, what? Oh, go to the tavern that way? They all have a chest, but I don't know if I'm supposed to grab these. Highland, oh, who's Delia? You see a stout man suited in well-worn armor. His face is framed with silvery stubble, and his fleshy nose, and there's no picture, is red and pockmarked. He radiates perfect calm. As you approach, he bows respectfully with dignity. Highland, your grace, captain of the city guard. A young dwarf girl salutes you awkwardly. Delia, assistant to the captain. Happy to serve your grace. I don't remember hiring a guard captain or any guards for that matter. I came here from Restov with a dozen of my best guards by the order of Lady Jamondi Aldori, your grace. I hired the rest from among the locals. Don't you worry, your grace. We are now the subjects of your barony. We've sworn to serve you faithfully and loyally. You can count on us. Besides, we draw a salary from your chest. The captain looks at the female guard, raising his brow, then sighs and looks at you. Of course, every one of us is ready to die to protecting your grace, but there's still some work to be done when it comes to discipline. You know, that dwarven author, Valdic Zebras, Garlic Tundras, the name escapes me. My boneheads used to read his books about guard's duty right and guard duty. I'll have to teach them a lesson or two. I'd like to learn something about those who serve me. Of course, your grace. I have been a guard all my life. I started snot-nosed runting the night watch. Restov is famous for its fencing schools. Young people from all the river kingdoms come to study there. It seems every other person has a sword. Every third thinks that they know how to use it better than the rest. A misspoken word or drunken fight can quickly lead to a stabbing rampage. That's why there are many guards in the city. Many guards in the city. And they didn't accept just anyone. Lady Jamandi took note of my achievements and marked me for advancement. That's why I'm here. As for Dalaya, I found her on the street about a decade ago. I remember vividly a tiny dwarf girl sitting in the temple steps, dirty face, barefoot, feeding a piece of bread to a stray cat. I saw her and my heart missed a beat. Captain looks away. Where she's from, who left her alone, and why, only Erastil knows. As she grew, I tried to send her to learn craft, but who can talk sense into a dwarf? She wanted to be a guard, and that's that. So now I'm teaching her myself. Lucky she has a head on her shoulders and a fair bit of strength. Highland, do the guards have everything they need? There's sufficient munitions and supplies, Your Grace. The salary is fair. We have enough to buy toys for the kids and a jug of beer when the shift is done. Of course, the gang is growing. It would be nice to expand the ranks, but we can manage that ourselves. I have a quiet shift, I should say. Oh, we haven't... No, we talked to Valerie, right? No, we haven't? I forgot to check on Valerie when we got back to the, Oleg's place, trading post. Totally forgot to check on her. Tell me about yourself. What exactly would you like to know? I was born in a noble family, though I didn't remain long on the family estate. My father sent me to the Order of the Eternal Rose, but I left once I realized I didn't match my principles. Shailene, known as the Eternal Rose, the Eternal Maiden Incorruptible, is the goddess of art, beauty, love, and music, half-sister of Zon Kuthon. I think I already read this. Focuses much attention on eternal beauty. She is not the goddess of sexuality, lust, or fertility. It makes a very clear distinction between love and sexuality, that she does not in any way discourage, I've already read this, the erotic love. The few paladins who worship her practice courtly love. Where are you from? What was your childhood like? I was born in Brevoy, but in fact I've never seen much of the country. I spent my childhood on a remote estate, owned by my noble family. My father is a respectable philanthropist and benefactor of the Church of Shailene. He's also a renowned private collector and a great admirer of the arts. My mother saw to my education personally. From my early years, I learned good manners, how to behave at the dinner table, and to proper form of words for every occasion. I also learned the difference between true nobles and low-born upstarts, and I learned how to treat each of them properly. Our home was always under the protection of several paladins of Shailene. My father has donated a handsome sum to the order. One of them, a man of venerable age with a gray beard, once let me touch his shining armor. I still remember the admiration I felt when I touched the cold, polished steel. Valerie smiles. Of all the memories of my childhood, that one is somehow the warmest one. Why were you sent to the Paladin Order of the Eternal Rose? As you can imagine, from my first days I was surrounded by crowds of servants and nannies who never stopped praising my heavenly beauty. The paladins of Shailene who used to visit our house echoed these praises. In the end, general consensus overwhelmed my father's better judgment. When I turned 6, I was brought to the Church of Shailene and told that this would be my new home. Don't pity me, though, I beg of you. Many who hear this story immediately assume that my parents were cruel and had no love for their child. Valerie's eyes become stern. My parents had respect for me. They taught me something that has supported me all my life, a sense of self-esteem. Besides, they didn't abandon me. Once every 6 months, they would come and visit me at the Order of the Eternal Rose. We had some tea and then had an hour to walk around the garden. Then they would take their leave as etiquette demanded. What did they teach you in the order? A variety of things. Some of them appealed to me, others I simply couldn't accept. I enjoyed the physical activities and swordsmanship, but the arts, calligraphy, painting, poetry, and so many other ways to waste one's time. Valerie sighs. I guess that deep in my heart I always knew I'd never be a true paladin of Shailene. Wielding a sword always felt more natural to me than handling a paintbrush. Why did you leave the order? Because of my heavenly beauty. Valerie winces in contempt. According to Shailene's law, all art is sacred, whatever form it takes. Severe punishment awaits those who dare harm a painting, sculpture, or poem, no matter how worthless the drivel might be. My looks always attracted unwanted attention from the pilgrims and acolytes of the temple. I received my first poem, dedicated to me, when I was 9. The author... some pedo. The author was some wealthy geezer. Valerie's lips thinned in contempt. That was only the beginning. Sculptures, pictures, poems. I was drowning in them. My admirers mobbed me, and I had to respectfully accept their garbage. The clerics of the temple were magnanimous, for my suitors made general offerings to the church, but one time I just snapped. Barely suppressed anger glitters across Valerie's eyes. Some wealthy idiot has dedicated an extremely untalented poem to me, and he had the nerve to read it right to my face, holding my sleeve. The hour was late, and I was on my way to get some rest after a boring lesson on rhymes. I lost control and tore the poem apart right in front of him. Valerie raises her head proudly. The paladins wanted to impose some punishment upon me. I don't remember which one exactly. They wanted me to repent. Instead, I just gathered my things and left. What did you do after you left the order? I set up a rest stop, Valerie shrugs. I wanted to get away from, as possible, from Shailene and the destiny everyone seemed ready to force upon me. Besides, the school of swordsmanship in Restov has quite a decent reputation. Honestly, I was hoping for an opportunity to learn from the famous Aldori masters. Eventually, it became clear that their techniques wasn't a good fit for me. They teach to avoid impact, whereas I prefer to raise my shield. But my abilities and skills, which I've learned at the Order of the Eternal Rose, were enough to make the Sword Lords take an interest in me. They offered me a chance to join the mercenaries who serve the Sword Lords, and I accepted. I bet your beauty inspired many people in the Order. She's not even that pretty. Come on. No one's hitting up on her, you know. They're all trying to fuck Ingrid, the dick fella. Valerie's gaze suddenly becomes cold, and here I'd hoped to avoid the question. She exhales loudly. Well, let's get this over with, once and for all. You should understand that I am perfectly aware that most races, orders, and genders find me physically attractive. No, they find me physically attractive, Valerie. Ingrid Dickfuller has all of that. It's beyond my power to change that, but I've never given a potential admirer any reason to start a conversation with me. But it doesn't stop them. After leaving the order, I took a dagger and cut off long hair they used to praise. Well, now I get letters praising the beauty of my eyes. That's why the hair looks awful. It was because of my appearance I ended up in the Order of the Eternal Rose, though I never wanted to be a paladin. I need to get more water. It was because of my beauty that an infinite number of suitors have pursued me, all of them confusing simple politeness with hints of affection. Valerie clenches her fist. But do you know what I really want? I want people to stop treating me like a piece of art. I want them to notice that I'm a person, that I'm capable of something more than smiling for paintings, where I sit wearing a lacy satin dress, holding a basket of peaches in my lap. Is that too much to ask? The last question comes out in a shout, though Valerie doesn't seem to realize it. I know what you mean, but still, you shouldn't drive people away who only want to open their hearts to you. It's not their fault that you inspire such feelings. You're talking just like my mentor at the Order used to, but then Valerie regains her self-control and hides her contempt behind her polite mask. Okay, this is a lot. think we're gonna stop after we talk to Valerie. Tell me about the way of Shailene, about her paladins. Shailene is the goddess of love, beauty, and art. Her paladins are something like armored artists. That's how they like to think of themselves, at least. Valerie tries to contain her feelings, but her inner contempt bursts forth. They're fanatical defenders of worthless and artistic paintings and meaningless opuses. If you care to know my opinion. You speak of Shailene with such contempt. What did the goddess of beauty do to earn your anger? Yeah, I need to get some water. She's been trying to ruin my life, Valerie snorts. Shailene, the goddess of everything useless that have existed in this life. All the beauty in the world, all the art, all the soulful sighs in the moonlight. They'll never feed a single family. That is not true. Like all the beautiful people on Twitch, they're getting all that, all the bits. And I beg you to restrain yourself from offering your own opinion. Trust me, I've never heard everything you can tell me more than once. I've heard everything that you can tell me more than once. Nothing and nobody can change my mind. Valerie looks at you with suspicion. As for Shailene, she's the goddess of idlers. I almost joined her preposterous entourage. I'm just glad I was smart enough to denounce her while I still could. You wouldn't have lasted long anyway, because they're gonna force you to marry somebody. What do paladins Shailene usually do? They wander around seeking the next pile of garbage, and when they find it, they call it an immortal piece of art and admire it until they're blue in the face. You might not believe this, but the paladins of Shailene aren't allowed to slay their enemies if they beg for mercy. Can you guess why? Because a bandit, rapist, or murderer who has been put to the sword will never be able to create something beautiful in the future. So Paladin overpowers her enemy in battle that inspires him to create a masterpiece. Valerie's face reflects extreme disgust. It might sound hilarious if it weren't true. Plus, all of Shailene's followers are obliged to practice some sort of art in his or her free time every single day, no matter what else is going on, even if you're feeling sick or hungry or sleepy. Otherwise, according to their clerics, you lose your connection with your goddess. A preposterous notion, wouldn't you agree? Well, religions are always preposterous, no? I understand that not every piece of art is good or even decent, but surely there must be at least a few great works among them. Is that what you think? Valerie curves an eyebrow, mocking amazement. Many share that delusion. I was deluded too for a while. Now I consider all works of art useless. People create this garbage because they have nothing better to do. The peasant doesn't paint a picture. He plows the earth to feed his family. The soldier has no time for sculpture. He must defend his homeland. But idlers and slackers have plenty of time to waste. So they smear canvases with paint and imagine they've done something worthy and valuable. Valerie shakes her head in disapproval. You said that every paladin must practice some kind of art. What kind of art did you pursue? Ah, that. I used to embroider. And I still do from time to time. A treacherous blush covers Valerie's cheeks. It's nothing, I assure you. Just simple tasks to keep my hands busy and keep the gloomy thoughts at bay. Nothing special. So you're an atheist, you don't worship any deity? Right, I need no guidance from above. I have my own good conscience and my leader's orders to live by. Don't you wish that everybody feels the same way? You know, you don't have to follow etiquette and maintain good manners while speaking to me if you don't want to. I'm aware of that, Valerie sighs, but I'm sure you understand that I am what I am. That's how I was brought up, first by my parents, then by my mentors in the order. Besides, I was born to a noble family. Valerie raises her chin proudly. So I rather enjoy the idea of my manner of speech differs a bit from the common language of the peasantry. You just can't imagine how many social climbers have bowed politely the moment I opened my mouth. I guess you have plenty of suitors. Valerie rolls her eyes. Sadly, you're right to suppose that, even here, in these remote lands, one can find offspring of many noble houses, and all of them consider it their duty to kneel before me, begging me to walk with them in the garden. Valerie's voice overflows with contempt. If words were poison, you'd be dying a horrible death. Oh, and don't forget the village oafs. They understand the concept of nobility perfectly well, so they realize they'll be punished if they dare make any advance towards me, so they prefer to stare from a distance, drooling. The writing in this game is actually pretty good. And believe me, I can very well imagine what they discuss in the taverns. Valerie shivers and jerks her shoulders, as if trying to shut the sticky, disgusting stares. You know, you really are quite beautiful. You're a reliable friend and a worthy ally, but would be a crime to ignore your beauty. Valerie gives you a stony look. I sincerely hope your words carry nothing more than mere politeness. Okay, we're gonna just flirt with everybody. And to be honest, the only person that I am remotely interested in this game is Kessel. What's his name? His name is Kessel. The guard from Restov. Or was it Brevoy? Jamandi's old guard. Because he has a hot picture. And he got betrayed by his love. But the person that he was interested in, that he betrayed his family just to be with this woman, and this woman wasn't willing to be with him because her mom was dying. So yeah, he's kind of hot. Okay, and what if I meant something else? Are you afraid to yield to temptation? I know you have plenty of suitors, but I'm not afraid of competition. Valerie folds her arms across her chest. With all due respect, I ask you to never bring this up again, if, of course, you value my company and our friendship. You're so eager to follow my orders. Why? What do you mean, why? Valerie looks at you in bewilderment. I follow your orders. I join your campaign because I have faith in you. I believe your intentions to be noble, though things may not always turn out as you plan. You're my commander. Your orders are law. It's my duty to follow them. Valerie hesitates for a moment. Well, so long as you don't order me to do something that's absolutely dishonorable, but that would never happen, I hope. Alright. Let's see, is there anybody else that I need to talk to? Hey, sweetie, you need to go pee-pee? I guess we need to check out Harem. Okay, sweetheart, I'm coming, baby. I am coming. Give me a second, baby love.
March on.
Stop crying like that, girlie. Just give me a second. Look how fucked up this is. If you're playing ultra wide, super ultra wide.
No stopping now.
They were not expecting people playing. Even if you're playing ultra wide, which actually cuts off here, you still have that weird cutoff over there. Yes, baby love. Oh no, the game crashed. I sure hope that I hit that. It saved the game. I think I didn't hit quick save though. So let me see. Gotta remember to always hit the quick save. I mean, it should be pretty easy for us to. Oh no! Okay, so it did.
It is done.
Thankfully, it quick save before. Let me make sure, because we can see that the options for Valerie is, yep, okay, so we did talk to Valerie. Alright, well I'm gonna do one more thing before I stop playing the game, the throne room. I want to see how I'm supposed to, oh yeah, see, you can collect these, so you can loot from the houses. That's kind of sick. You're just gonna loot from your citizens' houses like that?
March on.
Let me see if I can figure out how to build taverns and stuff. Nothing is built yet, so how do you build it? Regions, advisors, map. Nothing is of Tuscan Musk. Upgrade not available. You already found the only available salmon. Okay, how do I buildings? It doesn't give me the option. So am I supposed to be able to? How do I do it? Claim, that's good. Map. Advisors. I know there was like a tutorial about building shit.
No stopping now.
Remember it. And then if you want to talk to everyone, actually, just talk to them in here. Well, is everyone in here? No. And Mary doesn't have anything better to anything new to say. Let me see if I can just figure this out before we go. Oh, here we go, throne room. Okay, so how do I? What is all this? Okay, tavern, main square. Tavern. Oh, what is this? No. No. No, Amiri's in here. Scattered ink stains suggest that Lindsay may have spent some time here. Disgusting, Lindsay. Nobody wants to talk to her. Okay, so there are a couple of other people you can talk to here. The beer mug in. Is Ingrid Dickfully here? Is she drinking with her people? Somebody carved a body poem by the origin and named it Stag.
Follow me.
Or somebody left their belonging there. So we're just gonna steal stuff that we found in the bag. Okay. Let me just check here. Yeah, I really don't know.
No stopping now.
What is this? Oh, Jathal is up here.
Onwards.
Uh-oh, new books to read, but I don't want to do that right now. I just want to...
March on.
Aldori, Soto... Could the priestess of Abaddon marry Caden, Kaelin, worshipper? I mean, marry and not kill. A day or two of the... After a day or two of family, happy family life.
It is done. Check that out.
More books. I have to come back here.
No stopping now. Follow me.
Is she drinking with the peoples as a little kid? That's funny.
Onwards.
I don't see the options to why is so they're forcing Lindsay on me. So Lindsay is here but not really here because I can't even select her as a point of contact for the barony. What are they called, generals or whatever?
A rest is in order. No stopping now. It is done.
Okay, I'm gonna check the map again one more time. And then I'm gonna, if I can't figure it out now, I'm gonna just let it go. You would think that would be under managed kingdom affair, you know? Okay, well, I'm gonna stop here. Cause where's that tutorial? Let me just. Isn't there like some kind of tutorial? Encyclopedia. Where's constructing buildings? In the construct building to increase your okay. To start construction, select a building you need from a list on the right side of the screen. Side of the screen? What? Where? From which screen? So how do I build a barn?
March on.
says right side of the screen. Maybe it's just not available yet, so I don't know.
A rest is in order.
She keeps wanting to rest there. So.